Right, guys, so a couple of clouds in the sky. I wasn't expecting that. This morning I thought I would check out the bus service on Malta. I've got no idea where it goes from, how much it costs, or anything else really, but I've got a rough plan to maybe head up towards Valletta and then maybe to the north of the island and just kind of mooch around for a bit really, and give you an idea of what public transport's like on Malta, because there's no railway, well, there used to be, but that's long gone. So it's bus or taxi really, and I'm going to try the bus. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll speak to you a little bit later from wherever I happen to end up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers for now. The bus service in Malta is currently operated by Autobuses Urbanos de Leon, who have retained the catchy name of Malta Public Transport, which was used when it was nationalised prior to 2015. There are currently around 400 buses in the fleet, built by the Turkish Otokar and Chinese King Long bus manufacturing companies apparently, and are instantly recognisable by their white and lime green livery. Now, as you would expect, most of the routes emanate from the capital Valletta, though I was surprised at how many there were, to be honest. The airport is also a kind of hub for connections, although that proved a little bit more difficult to figure out, as you will see a little bit later on in this video. Anyway, I soon found myself on the bus. I'd taken my first journey this morning, which would be from Berzibuja, where my hotel was, to Valletta. That was a journey time of around 30 minutes, and the first impressions of the bus were pretty good. It was fully air conditioned, essential really on this island, and I felt the ride was fairly comfortable up near the back of the vehicle. In terms of pricing, you can buy a 7-day Explore card if you intend on using the bus a lot, and that costs €21, which is pretty good in my opinion. However, as I was only here for a couple of days, I found it easy just to pay the driver on boarding. It's €2 cash for any single journey, which is easy and simple, and only €1.50 for that in the winter. The bus station in Valletta is kind of located to one side of the Triton Fountain in 3 separate zones. There are plenty of information boards here to guide you to the correct stand for your bus departure, and it's also a great place to begin any sightseeing adventure of the city. As you walk towards the city gate through the mighty ramparts, they really give you a feel for how heavily fortified the city is, and has had to be in the past of course. Fort St Elmo is a great example of this, right on the tip of the peninsula. It was built to repel the invading Ottomans in the 16th century, and it's now a museum, and of course it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Okay guys, I am in Valletta at the moment. There seems to be some random thing going on with a cannon over on the other side of one of the largest natural harbours in the world apparently. But it's very nice. There's lots of archaeological interest in the city, and it's pretty warm as well. It's going to take me a while to get around this, but I'm going to have a little look around, and then I'm going to be hopping back on the bus and headed up north. So yeah, enjoy the views, and I'll catch you a little bit later on. Cheers for now. Right guys, I've just got off the bus. I'm in Cirkewa, Cirkewa. I'm not sure how that's pronounced, to be honest. Anyway, this is the port where the ferries go over to Gozo and Comino. I'm going to go over to Gozo on the ferry, just as a foot passenger, to see what it's like really. It's clouded over a bit. I wasn't expecting that, but I'm going to take some great shots anyway, hopefully, and when I get there I'll have a little look around the island and then come back. I'll catch you on the boat. Yeah, so as you can see, somebody shouts at everyone to tell them the boat is ready for boarding, and then we all go up the escalator and through the walkway on this occasion out to the waiting ferry. My randomly allocated ship for the outward crossing was the Gozo Channel Company Limited's MV Malita, which was built by Malta Shipbuilding in 2002. And it's one of 3 identical ferries on this route, the others being the MV Tarpinu and MV Gardos. There's a decent sized shop on board selling lots of essentials like cold bottles of water, and also a cafe bar area and lounge. Now I made my way straight to the sun deck to enjoy the sunshine, as it had brightened up considerably at this point, and as the bow doors closed, we sailed quickly out of port through the azure blue waters and headed for Gozo. Gozo then. Tell you what, it's pretty busy. Look at the queue for the ferry there. The police are about to come out and start directing the traffic onto or past the ferry. It's quite nice though. There's lots of boats in the harbour. I tell you what, it was quite busy coming into the harbour as well, because the ferry I was on had to wait for other ferries to come out. But yeah, it's alright. I think I'm going to have a wander around the harbour. There's a nice church on the top of that hill over there. I'm not sure I'm going to make it up there today, to be honest, because I'm being a bit lazy and it's hot, so I'm entitled to be lazy today. That's what everybody else does when they're around here, I'm sure. So I'm going to have a look around. Maybe I could grab a coffee somewhere, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Just have a look around the harbour area and then make my way back. I'll catch you in a bit. Well, I didn't really see much of Gozo. I've really just wanted to be able to say I'd been here, and maybe I'll come back again one day and stay over properly. You will notice from the earlier map that there is also a full bus service here. Although they don't actually go over on the ferry, you need to catch a separate bus once you're on the island. I paid for my ticket on returning to the ferry terminal. Total fare was €4.65 return, which is pretty good really, isn't it? When I got back to Chikawa, I decided to take the X1 bus to the airport, which was leaving in about 5 minutes. And I thought this would be quicker than having to go all the way back into Valletta and then back out again. Well, that's what I thought anyway. Now I paid my €2 and we were on our way south again. The total expenditure so far today was €10.65, including the ferry. Right, well, stuck here at the airport bus station. The X4, which was supposed to be here at 6:10, it didn't show up, but apparently it showed up at 6:15 from stand 3. Well, nothing showed up at stand 3 then, and X4 did go past and ended up at stand 1, which was heading towards Valletta. That was about 6:20. The 6:15 one disappeared off the screen, and now it's showing up as 7:15. That's a different one, I presume. But I'll tell you what, guys, if you come to Malta, do not pay any attention to the bus timetables online, because they're completely wrong and they don't mean anything. God only knows whether this one will turn up, and if it does, which stand's it going to turn up at, and where's it going to go? I don't know. If it doesn't turn up, I'm going to get a taxi, but I'm kind of tempted to stick around now and see if it actually does. So wish me luck, and hopefully I'll catch you again in a bit. Well, a bus did turn up in the end, the 119 to Marsa Scala. And as you can see, the sun was beginning to go down by this time, which unfortunately put paid to my early evening swim. Anyway, this was my final bus of the day. 4 journeys at €2 for each trip, plus a ferry ticket to Gozo and back. That made a total cost of €12.65. I mean, not bad really for a full day sightseeing. And I reckon I was probably on the buses for getting on towards 4 hours in the end. Oh my god, right, back at the hotel, finally. The airport, I got to the airport, everything was going really well. And I got to the airport where I was supposed to change buses. And bloody bingo's going on again tonight. And the bus, they just didn't show up. I've got no idea why. Anyway, I'll tell you what. Word to describe the bus service. Well, that section of the bus service is unreliable. I'm probably being kind there. Anyway, I did manage to make it back to the hotel before it got dark, which was great because I wanted to have a look at what was going on outside. And as you can see, it's quite impressive, isn't it? It's you know, some people might like that view and some people might not. But I think it's quite interesting. Massive container ships coming in here to offload and load up again. And there's some other, I don't know what sort of ship that is. If anybody knows, please let me know. Anyway, I was going to have a swim tonight, and it's a bit late now because I'm really hungry. So maybe first thing in the morning. But apparently it's a man-made beach. It looks quite nice, doesn't it? Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to partake in the bingo tonight. I'm too tired, to be honest. I'm just going to have a shower and I'm going to go and have something to eat. So thanks for watching my video about buses in Malta and ferries to Gozo. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was great fun making it, really. A long day. And until the next time, guys, thanks very much and cheers for now.